What's up, people? It's the Black Cobra again. I'm back with the Wheel Life live stream. I try to do this weekly. So far, we've been able to do it. And I'm trying to bring different people from all over the place that have the same love that we have for EUCs and have a positive conversation about this industry that we love so much. So if you don't know me and your first time here, I'm a YouTube creator and enthusiast. I love all gadgets and gear. That's my thing. But my biggest love is for EUCs, electric unicycles. They jumped in my heart a year ago, and I haven't been able to let go. As you can see behind me, I just grabbed the MSP over here to do some testing on. Oh, we got the Monster over there and the 16X. So when I talk about the things that I'm talking about, I'm coming from these wheels and the two previous wheels I've had before that. But today we are going to talk to, I call him the wheel master. We're talking to, he's got more wheels than anyone that I know, hands down. I don't know exactly how much mileage he's put on, but we'll talk to him about some of that stuff today. I am talking about the one and only, and you guys know him, Marty Backey. What's up, Marty? How you doing, buddy?
Hey guys.
Hold on.
Talk to you again.
Here we go. Hold on. Your intro, Marty. So, Marty,
Yeah,
welcome to the show.
I'm not sure how I can live up to that.
Well, I think what you've done already, you live up to it already. You have already got a name in this industry, not just for your riding and your wheels and what you have, but for the help that you give to everyone else. So that's why we appreciate you so much, Marty, because not only do you do so much in the community as far as getting people together and riding, but you are quick to help those that need it. And I know that I appreciate it, and I know that everybody in the wheel community appreciate it. So I want to thank you for everybody.
Oh, thanks. Very nice words. Yeah. I'm just like, I'm like you. Once I fell into EUCs, unfortunately for some of my other activities,
Right.
it's a black hole. So I just fell down it, and it's been my life for I'm getting pretty close to 4 years now since I first hopped on a wheel.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that this is what we have for you, Marty. Applause.
Well, I love growing the community. I just, things have changed so much since I started. When I started, there were videos, but just not much content being created.
Yeah.
There were, as far as I know, not sure if there were group rides, they were just barely there. I mean, and where I live in Southern California, there were no group rides. As far as I know, I organized the first one. And now we have we in Southern California, and we have groups. We have multiple groups of people meeting, doing their own thing, riding. There's probably a couple dozen people who are riding a lot all the time. If I put together a ride, just like last weekend, we had 11 people and one woman.
There you
So
go.
it's the women are coming in too. So
That's
that's
it.
cool.
Coming in strong. I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. Well, let me put the first comment up that you'll love this. I called you the wheelmaster. Well, newbie 101, he says Godfather
Oh,
of EUC.
yeah. Uh, maybe I'm visible, but I tell people there are people with more wheels than me. Believe it or not, I just
Mm-mm.
happen to post pictures. There's a lot of crazy people out there.
Okay,
So,
I want to see this. Anybody know anyone who has well, first of all, Marty, how many wheels do you have?
so as I sit here right now, I have I only have 12.
Wait, wait,
So
wait, wait.
I'm but
I counted more than that.
no, no. Well, I did sell. So I sold my Tesla
Okay.
uh, a few weeks ago, and I'm waiting for my new Tesla. I ordered I had the original Tesla that came
Right.
out, and I figured, well, I heard about this new a Tesla that's being modded by a particular Chinese dealer, and I know there's a lot of bad press lately
Mm-hmm.
about exploding
Yeah.
wheels from Chinese modders, but I pulled the trigger and I bought a Tesla with 1480 watt hour battery because I love I just love going on long rides, riding off into the horizon,
Mm-hmm.
sunset type riding. And the Tesla only has 1,020 watt hour battery, so I couldn't really take it on group rides. It was more like a around town wheel for me. So when I saw
Right.
this wheel, it's for all practical purposes, it's basically a 1,600 watt hour wheel. So to have that on a Tesla, and I know you loved your Tesla,
Yes, I did.
uh, I just can't wait to be able to cruise for 50 miles on that thing.
Yeah. Well, I already put up this comment while you were talking there. He says no one has more wheels than Marty, and then Two Sight says well, if they have more than you, they should post them. And I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
I know that EVX is like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe you don't want to post them because he said don't get your EUCs looted. He said keep them
Uh,
secret, keep them safe. And I'm
that
like,
that sounds that sounds like a typical New Yorker.
yeah, there you go.
I
Well,
I'm in Southern California. It's all peace and love out here.
yeah, kumbaya. Two Slice says right now you have the most. As far as we know, you said there's other people. I challenge somebody to step up with a photo that they have more wheels than Marty. And I'm not talking about somebody who owns a store. I'm talking about someone
Yeah.
personally who owns more wheels than Marty.
Uh, I I know, but I do think I may have the most current, you know, new wheels because I know some guys who have some like ancient wheels that barely, they would never use. All my wheels, I actually ride them. I'm not a wheel collector,
Right. There you go.
so
That's good.
and
That's good to know.
I think I might have reached my limit though. Probably going to keep myself in the 12 to 14 range because beyond that, it's just too many. And
Yeah.
like the new monster that just was released, that prompted
Godzilla.
me yeah, that prompted me to sell my monster.
I
So
want that.
I'm gonna move that one out and get this new one in.
Right. Okay. Well, let's see. We got Brian here. Brian was telling me as it started. He said he's only been riding 3.5 weeks on his KS18 XL, and now I'm getting MSS. The EUC got me, so he's hooked. He was telling me he had over 1,000 miles in 3 weeks.
Wow.
I'm like,
Yeah,
that's a lot.
that I love that enthusiasm. And
Yep, me too.
it may well, it may surprise some people, but probably other people won't. That I don't ride maybe as much. Well, I definitely don't ride as much as I did when you first fall under this. When I first learned, every single night I
Yeah.
was out riding till like 2 in the morning, all of, just you know, slowly too. But I was just going. That was the first time I discovered the town where I live. I rode every single side street all over the place. I was just I was I was riding all the time. Now, you know, some of you guys, your wives will be glad to hear this, that there will be a time when you kind of mellow out a little bit and you're not, you don't have to ride 20 miles every single day, right?
Well,
But
we'll see when that happens because right now
yeah, you're,
I'm
yeah,
not doing.
you're still a baby.
I
You're not into
am.
this,
I am a year. I'm a baby, but I can tell you that really 15 miles is usually what I try to do a day. So if I jump out and run, I try and do a 15-mile ride at least, and then that's it. But you got to think I'm by myself, except one other. Showtime, she usually comes along with me, but riding 15, 20 miles by yourself is not as fun as it is when you're riding that in a group. So it's a lot better in a group setting. So
oh, oh yes, yeah.
yeah,
I really feel for you not having ready. I know you can go to Boston, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I feel for you not having ready access to group rides. I mean, I can hop on my wheel, and for a lot of group rides, a half an hour of riding on my wheel, I can go to a meetup spot, and
Right.
we can have a dozen
Yeah.
people and
New
ride
York,
off.
New York is they're great for that. They go to their
Yeah,
HQ and there's always wheel guys there, so they're good. Oh,
right.
Tech Junkie, which is VT, he's he's saying why does the West Coast ride significantly slower than the East Coast? I'm gonna say it's because they got a lot better views. But what do you say, Marty?
Okay, well, I'm going to keep this PG, right? So,
You go for it, Marty.
so,
You say
uh,
whatever you feel.
so, yeah. Well, first of all, he's looking at videos, maybe some of my videos where I post, and they're group ride, they're Vista videos. We're riding in the mountains. I guarantee VT would have uh, close to a God experience if he came out here and rode
Hmm.
with us in some of the places we ride.
Well,
Now, there are some guys that I ride with that they'll they'll they can they can they can do the best with they can keep up with the best of New York City. I mean, these guys. I'm not a speed demon, right? I
right.
I make it publicly known that I'm sure part of it's my age.
Hmm.
I kind of just limit myself generally to 25. The fastest I've ever ridden a wheel is 32.
That was my next
That's
question.
just me. But I know I ride with guys who are riding they're at the upper limits. One guy, he had an MSX, right?
Hmm.
100-volt MSX. He bought an MSP, which is a high
Right.
torque wheel. This was before the high speed versions came out.
Right.
He took the motor out of his MSX and put it in his MSP so he could ride faster.
Wow.
And so I know multiple guys that, so California's bottom line is there are a lot of speed demons out here. You just don't see it in my videos because
Right. Right.
my
Okay.
videos they're either of me riding, and I don't ride fast, right? 25 or so, or they're in group rides. And I imagine even DT, when he's in a group setting, they're not riding 35, 40 miles an hour, right? You're in a group.
Right.
A group ride is a social activity. It's you're developing camaraderie. You're talking with people. It's not a race. So that's why they have the perception of West Coasters being slow, just like we have the perception that New York City riders are all jerks.
That was nicely said, Marty. I think you did a good job of tailoring the PG. I appreciate that.
All right,
But
all right.
just remember, we're all adults here, so you say what you feel. So but I do
Yeah.
want to. I do want to keep it positive, though. You know me. I do want to keep it positive.
Uh,
So I'm gonna scroll back here a little because I'm seeing some comments that are like a little upsetting to me.
yeah.
Um, oh wow. EVX was saying that the monster, the new monster, I guess, is supposedly. I think he was saying slower than the one that I have. I'm like, what? With all that power and stuff that it has in it, that would be terrible. Oh yeah, because he said slower here, would be terrible. And then somebody else said, well, at a lower price point, and he says, no, sadly, it's gonna be a lot higher. We're talking 4K. I thought
Uh,
3,500.
yeah. I think it's good. Right. I think it's going to be between 3,500
Yeah.
and 4,000. Unfortunately, in the United States, we still have this tariff going on,
Yep.
and that's a lot of money.
It is.
25%. That we're talking what 500. I mean, it's a lot of money. And Jason is if you buy the wheel from eWheels,
Yep.
he's subsidizing part of that, but that that's definitely affecting the price.
Oh
And
yeah.
look, look, it's a 24. This is not like just a Monster, right? It's the Monster. Actually, what is it? Is it
The
Monster Pro? I think
Monster
maybe.
Pro. Yep.
Yeah. And we don't know if they're going to keep the current Monster or that's being replaced by this new one. But this is a 24-inch
Tire.
wheel. I mean, yeah, the Monster's a huge wheel, so this is
Yeah.
bigger with all those batteries.
Four
Uh,
thousand watts. Uh,
yeah, it's
that's
it's just it's incredible. But I'm gonna
3,600 watt hour, something like that. That's crazy.
just gonna have to wait to see it in my own hands and to see what's the build quality. If they do anything to beef up the construction so that it doesn't, potentially self-destruct if you
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, everything. I'm still a wait and see kind of person. I mean, we speculate and we all say all kinds of crazy things, but I try not to let my enthusiasm or excitement for something color it to the point where it's super negative or super positive. I try to stay middle of the road so that when it does come out, I'm not as super disappointed. I mean, it's okay if it's better than I thought, but I try not to get too carried away, because people do. They're like,
Exactly.
oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that, it's everything. I know it's not gonna be everything that we want. No wheel is, but I just like the idea of what's coming. So,
Oh, exactly. I love all wheels.
uh-huh.
Clearly, I'm biased towards Gotway, but I suspect that's partly just because they have the most variety of wheels available.
Yeah.
I have two King Songs.
Yep.
I've had King Songs. My second wheel I bought was a King Song.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a 14C in 2016. So I've had a King Song in my quiver forever.
Yeah.
So I think the V11 might be my first in motion that I actually own.
Yeah.
I've ridden them all, but I've never actually owned one.
Yeah, and it's funny because I find myself caught in a little like, I don't know, decision process here, because obviously I already have a deposit on the V11 because that was my plan, was to get that. But with this Monster Pro, I'm like, ooh. But then I definitely want a suspension wheel. I definitely want a
Right.
suspension wheel to have, in my arsenal. But that MS Pro, so I don't know.
So why didn't you go for the S11? Because we all know the S11 is a sexier looking wheel.
Oh, the
I mean,
S18. Yeah, but
I'm sorry. The
yeah, I
S18.
know what you meant. Yeah, well, it's a sexier looking wheel, but for me, I've been waiting for a newer in motion because I loved
Okay.
the V8 because of the build quality, all the features that it offered, the sleeve that it came with that you could put over it, something about the way In Motion did their wheel. I really thought it was consumer friendly, and I really enjoyed riding it.
Right.
But it was just, I had a V8. It was so super slow. It was like not even, I'm like, I'm not even in the realm of wheels really here. So then the V10 was limited to 25 miles an hour, which meant that you were going like 22. I was like, that wasn't, I couldn't buy that. So no. So I was like,
No, yeah,
when Emotion makes a
yeah,
better wheel that steps it up into the realm of every other wheel as far as speed is concerned, then I said I would get another Emotion. And when the V11 came out, and I said, oh, and they have suspension to boot. So suspension on the V11 for me was like just a plus because I was waiting for Emotion to come out with something new anyway, and then this was a
right,
plus
right.
on top of it. So yeah, the S18 is sexy, and I love the way it looks. And I would love to put the Cobra on an S18, but unfortunately, I just I'm a public servant, and I don't make enough to get all the wheels that I want, and unfortunately, I'm not big enough of a channel for them to send me the wheels for review yet. So if that
I
does,
hear you. I
yeah,
hear you.
and so if that doesn't happen, then I can't try the wheels. So until I go somewhere where someone has one, I won't be able to ride it. I'd love to have it and do videos on it and test it out because I truly would like to ride every wheel. But at this point, until I get more subscribers, till I get more videos out, till I get more views, until I get more influence in the community, then I have to deal with whatever I can purchase on my own. And I have a family of 5, and like I said, I only make so much,
I
so I can
I
get
hear
what
you.
I can get, and I'm almost sleeping on the couch now
So
because of the wheels
so
I
what you're
bought.
so what you're saying is your priorities are screwed up.
Yeah, you heard that right through all that. See, I knew you would know, Marty. I knew you would know. All right, let me get back here to some of the comments here. I don't mean to leave you guys out. Let's see here. Scroll down. Oh, this guy, yeah, he was telling me this is crazy. He said he gets about 74 miles a day commuting to work on his Monster 84 volt, 32 miles each way. That
Who's
would
this?
be that would be great. That's EX Rev Rides.
Oh, yeah. The guys who commute, like I know some guys in Southern California that commute. I mean, they're just rack up the miles because every day
Yeah,
they're riding to and from work. And I never commuted. I When I was working, my commute was 25 miles one way. I did
yeah,
that on my wheel twice. Just once a year, I would do it just for kicks.
yeah.
I would actually I would do that on a National Bike to Work Day.
There
I'd
you
ride
go.
my unicycle. Yeah.
And I think I would like to do it at some point because a lot of the people that I work with are like, oh, how come you don't ride that? They're just being facetious. They're asking why don't you ride your wheel? Because they're oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that are clowning, and I'm like, yeah, until they see me out and I go, how you doing? Vroom. They go, what the hell? And then they're asking
Yeah.
questions later. Like they don't. It's funny because it's one of those things that they don't want to admit that they like. They don't want to admit to
Yeah.
other people that they really like what I'm doing or what I'm writing or what I'm talking about. And then when it's just them, then they're like, hey, can I talk to you a minute? So what about that thing? So, and they're asking details and specs and stuff. And I'm like, anytime you want to ride, let me know. I break my neck on that thing. No, you won't. I'll show you how you
Yeah.
got it. So at any rate, I want to ride to work and back, but, and what I do, sometimes I can't ride in my in uniform, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But
Right. Right.
but sometimes I'm carrying gear, and I'm like, yeah, I could throw it in a backpack, but it just hasn't been convenient. But I think I will look. I don't know what day that National Ride Your Bike to Work Day is. I have to
I,
look
c-
that up.
I- yeah. But yeah, pick a day like that.
Yeah,
I would do that day actually. I'm for sure it's like a national day. I'm sure you can Google it. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna because that's something that I think I would like to do. I really want to ride it there just because you know how we are. When we ride these things,
Yeah.
we want people to see it. We want people to talk about it. We want more people to ride.
Right.
So,
Right.
all right. What technique does he use for foot pain? Real Talk is asking.
Uh, you just have to man up. Uh, you
Man
gotta,
up.
you gotta, yeah, you gotta put it. You gotta put in the miles.
Mm-hmm.
Look, when I first started riding, just like all of us, right? It was just a few miles, and my legs were killing me. And then when I started exploring a little more, I'd go for like a 10-mile ride. I can remember going on like my first long, I think it was a 20+ mile ride, and my feet were killing me.
Mm-hmm.
And I know guys I ride with now that when we first started riding together in a group, they had to stop periodically just
Yeah.
because their feet hurt. It, you just put in the miles and your feet toughen up. Just you know
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
your legs were all beat up when you learned, right? And
Yeah.
now nothing.
Well, I'll
Uh,
tell you from, and obviously I'm a lot newer than Marty, but let me tell you what, in my experience, and I've gone through several wheels already, and I think part of it is number one, what he's saying. You just got to put in the miles, but you also have to find the shoes that work for you. Because I've tried several different pair. Some things work and some things don't quite. Like I just tried the skater shoes there. The what do you call those? Oh my goodness, I can't even think of the name of them now. Um, anyway, the skater style shoes, and I have the 3/4 length. Cause, I mean height because I love them, and they're super light. They're like super light, and I said these are amazing, but the flatness of it, for whatever reason, the arch of my foot, it just doesn't help as much as I thought it would. And after actually
mhm.
putting more miles on those shoes, I was like, yeah, I don't think these are the ones I'm gonna use. And then ultimately, what I end up doing was I went back to trail running shoes because those work the best for me. Trail running shoes, because they have the amount of support I need and the amount of comfort. And it's like this is my second pair of trail running shoes, and these are New Balance, and I'm like, oh my god, these are wonderful. There's no break in, wonderful, but that's for me. So I think you have to put
Yep.
the miles in. You have to have the
Right.
right shoes, and you just gotta man up, as Marty said.
Now, now, now I will say my feet still they'll get numb periodically. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to like a 50-mile ride, it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But there are techniques when you ride. Uh,
Shifting your feet.
some one way to help relieve the numbness that you might get in one of your feet is to
Mm-hmm.
shift where
Shift them.
you're riding in the toes on one foot and then you shift like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then periodically just stop, I mean, when I go on a 50-mile ride, believe me, that's not nonstop, particularly with group rides. We might ride for 10, 15 miles, stop,
Yeah.
BS for a while, and then start riding or take a drink or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, a friend just gave me some shoe inserts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so I was going to put out a video here pretty soon about these. These are by Spenco, I think that's the name of it. It's they do a lot of athletic gear. I think that's the name of it. And these things, I got to say, these are good.
Yeah.
Because I went on so I replaced my insoles with these guys, and I went on a 75-mile road ride, and then the last ride I did was 50 miles, and I could there was a noticeable improvement in lack of foot pain with
Yeah.
these.
Okay.
So that's something to consider.
Yeah.
They
No.
work, they help.
Because honestly, I forgot to mention that was one of the first things I did also. When I went from the first pair of shoes I changed, I tried some Under Armour boots that were really light, and they were decent for a second, but then I got the pain, so I stuck inserts in those. So every pair of shoes that I've gone to, I've taken the inserts with me. So
Yeah, right.
and it kind of helps as well. So, but that's just like I said, it's each individual rider, and I do that foot shift thing too, because
Yeah,
that's how I like to gain momentum, because some of the lighter guys can lean full hard, lean forward, and just go, but I like to shift and gain, shift and gain, shift and gain, and I gain speed as I'm rotating back and forth, like almost like roller skating. I used to dance on
yeah,
skates and stuff, so
right.
it just gives me that vibe, and it helps with my foot pain too, because every time I shift, I'm going up on the ball, and it helps the arch of my foot to stretch a little bit and not get as much
Yeah.
pain. So that's just my
So
little technique.
as VT would probably say, you don't want to be riding like a zombie.
Right.
Add some dynamism to your
You have
riding.
to.
Move your arms, move your legs, your hips, your feet, uh, and don't believe anyone who says that they never experienced foot pain. So don't feel bad if you do have foot pain.
Right.
It
Yeah. Yeah.
happens.
If it's not 100%, it's 90 something percent of people experience foot pain. So, all right.
It's
So
100%.
yeah, I know, but I don't think 100% would admit it. I don't think they would
Yeah,
all admit
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Um,
Right.
um, okay, so let's grab a couple comments because it's all over. His wife is saying that she lost her husband. He loves the wheel more than
Okay.
her. I
Yeah.
didn't get the comment that way, but she said the same thing, and I basically got some nice threats if I buy another wheel. so so
Well,
I don't know what's gonna happen.
yeah. No, I the same. I've neglected things around the house I need to get done, and
Yep.
but unlike you, I have my priorities set straight. So, yeah.
Sure, Marty. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down a little bit more. Okay, Mark, he answered that already. In case you didn't see it, VT, he said the fastest he's gone is 32. I know where you guys are far past this in the comments. I'm just scrolling through. Oh yeah, somebody just answered it to him. Yep. Um, VT says his feet hurting just thinking about it at 32. Oh, I don't know, cause you go faster. Is that what it is? So your feet don't hurt, VT? I don't know what you're trying to say. Um, and we were talking about the group, how we were saying that in the group you're not going that fast. So Kamikaze Joe is saying depending on which group or who's in the group rather, and that's true. But I would venture to say no matter who's in the group, you're not always going, 38, 40 miles an hour. Most
No,
rides,
no.
especially you're in the city, so you're limited, for you guys in New York, you're limited to certain areas that you can do that. When you guys were out on Long Island or whatever, and when you go to like California and other places, then yeah, you can get longer stretches so you can get higher speeds. But I'm just saying my experience. When I go to Boston and I'm right in the heart of Boston and there's a lot of traffic, I can't go that fast. But yesterday I did 15 miles with Showtime and we were zooming and I was getting beeps at 35 miles an hour and I was like, ooh, okay, that was quick. So but I don't get
Yeah,
that all the time,
and group rides here. Uh, we have a group of people, and when there's a stretch where we'll be riding in the mountains or something, beautiful roads, and you can cruise. Some of the guys will take off, and they'll just bomb it down the hill for a
Yeah,
few miles, and then they'll
wait up.
stop or slow down and come back, and we'll join back up.
Yeah.
But but look, if you want to be antisocial like BT, ride at 40 miles an hour in a group ride. Leave everyone behind. But
EVX says that he said, "Oh, VT rides at 44 miles per hour on group rides." I believe it. I believe it.
I don't know.
I don't know about all the time, but I believe he hits that. I don't know about that. Well, is EUC.org? Is that yours, Marty? On the
Boy, what is
Facebook?
my
Because I don't.
Facebook? No.
No, I don't know who has that one, but there's he's asking why is VT banned for Facebook group. I don't know who moderates that one, so I can't.
Oh, that's okay. So it's not my group. That's the electric. I would say that's the primary,
Yeah,
electric
channel.
unicycle Facebook group, right?
Yeah,
And so I was invited to be a moderator. The only
gotcha.
thing I do in that group is I periodically I'll add people. I'll allow people to join, right? Because I get notifications that says, "Oh, this person wants to join," and so when I happen to see them, I'll click approve. But there's
Gotcha.
other more proactive moderators. But since they see me as a moderator, and I think he got kicked off because he might have been behaving more like a New Yorker or something. Uh, but it had nothing to do with me, and I don't know.
Okay, so VT Marty saying he didn't kick you off; it was somebody else. So of course somebody's saying MPS, Marty. Uh, who's that? Owen? No, no. Oh, when you said PG, he said no PG, MPS, Marty.
What? Wait, MPS?
You don't know what that
That's
is?
okay.
That's
No.
that's the New York talk. No pussy shit.
Oh, that was okay. Okay.
Because you said
Yeah.
PG and they said no PG, MPS.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's see.
I have a Telegram group, right? It's pretty active now. We have over 200 people on there, and I joke every time the New York guys come in and chime in on something, everything starts to go to hell.
uh, so let's see. We got I don't know. He says Brian's asking, what do you all think about the new MSS that's coming soon? He said he's getting it, and that's the
Well,
one.
that's
Go ahead.
yeah. There's kind of it's really hard to know what to call some of these Gotway wheels, but basically it's the high-speed version of the MSP. The new shell, the new lights, and everything. 100 volts, 1800 watt-hour wheel. And I guess if you're in Europe, the dealer over there don't know if he's getting them modified by Gotway or they're modifying them.
Yeah.
But they're calling them MSS. In the United States, e-wheels had Gotway modify the MSP by putting what my friend did. They're putting the MSX motor in there with a different control board. And so that basically is the fastest wheel on the planet right now. And if you're a speed freak, and I say that lovingly, that's the wheel to get. There's clearly no, but me, I'm not a speed demon. So for me, it was torque because out here we have mountains, and I do a lot more trail riding stuff where I would benefit from the torque. So that's why I went with the standard.
And I agree. I'm using the MSP here because I want to try, like I say all the time, and don't give me no shit, Marty. I'm a heavier guy. I weigh 230, so for me, the 100-volt with the torque and the power, and I know it's not going to cut off because I'm not going to over torque it at my weight. That's why I went to the 100-volt wheel, and I'm trying this one because I've never had a love for the MSX, simply because I didn't like how low it was at my height. I just didn't like trying to sit. I like to sit. I like to, after I'm riding for a good bit, I like to sit, and then I'll get back up, and then I'll sit, and then I'll get,
Right.
So exactly. Doing that on the MSX was so low that my knees are bent a lot more, and I had surgery to one knee, so I mean
I'm totally with you. Sitting on the MSX is marginal. But for me.
So when Monster was like, it was like, do I go 100-volt MSP or MSX or MSP, or do I go with the Monster? And I was like, Monster, because it was definitely a much bigger, much taller, got the torque and power that I want. So I went with the Monster. I do wish I knew what was coming. Well, I can't say that because I wouldn't have been able to pay for what's coming out when I did this one. Yeah. It just happened to work out.
There's always a new wheel coming out.
Yeah. So
hey, for the seat, by the way, I do want to say that it does depend on the seat you're using. If you're using the stock MSX seat, that's real low. I have some videos out on how I've modified. I built these using bicycle seats. I put them on my wheels, and they sit higher. Yeah. My Nikola, I had a spring mount on the Nikola with the seat, and I have a riser block on it, and it's more comfortable than riding my Monster seat. Because I can stand on the Nikola and kind of barely sit, and I'm sitting.
Yeah.
And like you would find it super comfortable. So it's not always the wheel, it's the seat that you're using with it.
I did the same thing as you did, and I had. It's funny because I didn't see your video, but I saw a couple other people, and I forgot who was the one that made me go, I'm gonna do it. Oh no, because yeah, you had that spring rod. Actually, I take it back. It was one of your videos that I saw, and I said I'm doing it. So I made a video
Okay.
too on my 16X when I first got my 16X. I
Okay.
modified and I put a bicycle seat on it, and I got like a million questions about it. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't invent this. I just got it from other people, and 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 I put it on mine, and I loved it, loved it, loved it. But it is taller, so it is different. It's a different. Now that I ride the Monster, it's the same. It's tall up there anyway. But on the 16X, the seat was so high that I was like, this feels weird. It's like right here,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
like,
You got to get used to it.
yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I like it right here. so,
Right.
so then I
I hear
took
you.
then the actual 16X seat came out, and I was able to grab that. And I love the 16X seat. Actually, I love that one better than the Monster seat because the Monster seat has that like the middle of it because of the cutout, I guess, is softer in the middle, so it
Right.
you
Right.
can kind of feel it going in. And some people have split theirs. It got split
Oh
over
yeah.
time, and I'm like, whoa, this seat ain't that great. But the
No.
16X seat is a little stronger material. It's a little harder.
Yeah. It looks like I've never had the opportunity to. I don't know anyone who has a 16X seat, but
I love it.
I don't have a I don't have a seat on the 16X,
Yeah.
so I don't think I'd want to put a spring-mounted seat on that. I'd like to try the King Song seat if I get
Yeah,
the opportunity
you
sometime.
should. Because as a matter of fact, I just learned, and I don't know if everybody already knew that or not, and I'm just slow. But we ran into a guy. I was in Boston yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, day before yesterday, and we were riding with Ustride, and we were riding around, and we ran into a guy in the wild, Nakia. What's up, buddy? I don't know if I don't think he's in here, but he'll see the video at some point. And he was riding a 18XL, and we were talking about it and looking at the wheel, and I said about the seat, and he's like, oh yeah, I was thinking about that. I took out my 16X seat and gave it to him to put on his 18XL. Bloop, it fit on there perfectly. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, I think.
I said it fits like perfect. So then he's like, well, I don't know. I said, no, look, it fit. I said, let me see it. And I rode it around the parking lot with the seat, and then I sat on it and got up. And I said, well, so if you want a seat for your 18XL, for those of you who may still be riding 18XL, you may want a 16X seat. It fits and it works.
But but I thought that King Song had a seat for the XL, don't they?
I don't know. I had never seen a seat for the 18XL. So when the
Huh.
16X came out, one of the issues that people were saying was like, oh well, King Song, they don't really have seats. And I'm like, well, okay, I don't know. I was, it was a year ago. I was like, I don't know. And then the
All right.
16X seat came out, and I was like, okay, great. So maybe I'm wrong. You guys in the comments know if there was already a seat for the 18XL, but the 16X seat is newer, and it's definitely a really good seat. So I
Huh.
liked it a lot.
Good to know.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. VT says that 44 is just a daily speed. He has to try not to go above, even injured. Um,
Oh, all he talks about is speed.
yeah.
Vinny, you got to get a life.
Well, in his defense, this was during the block when we were talking about it, so we're
Oh,
we're, we're
oh,
way
okay,
behind on the comments. So
okay, okay.
I'm gonna skip a few here. So
So here, I just heard. I don't know if Mickey is still on the channel, but I
yeah.
guess I'm not subscribed to his Instagram stories channel. But someone else told me that he received the S18 from Jason at eWheels.
Well, I knew it was coming.
That's
So
apparently he
EVX,
has it.
EVX, you got the S18 already? I'm sure if he does, he's working on a video, of course. Wrong way is
Yeah,
in here. What's up, buddy?
yeah.
Um,
If Mickey has the S18, I'm not sure what he's doing here. He should be out riding.
Because he wants to talk with you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, somebody else. This is the second time I'm seeing this, Marty. Check the comment. Marty, the EUC Godfather. You might have to get a shirt.
No, that would be too pretentious. Do you
Oh,
see my shirt I'm wearing now?
I see the Gladiators. That's from Washington, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
V. I don't think she's in here. But actually, I was gonna reach out to her too to see if we can get her on because I haven't talked to anybody on that, down in Washington yet. So I
Yeah.
might try to
It's
pull her in.
I'm thinking
Anybody?
of, I'm hoping I might get a chance to meet V this year because I think she's coming out. She's really telling me that she's coming out to the my tour that I'm doing in
Yeah,
October in Southern California. So that'd be fun.
yeah. We hope we can get her. And if those of you in the comments, send a message to V. Tell her I'm looking to reach out to her, to pull her in on the show. Maybe next week.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Let me see. Two size hit the Gotway. Somebody's mentioning the
So
veteran.
so
What do you think
so
about the
the
veteran?
so the veteran I'm pretty excited about, and Jason told me he's sending it to me first,
All
and
right, all right.
apparently it's on its way to him now. So
Okay.
I'm hoping within a week or two I'll have it, and that's going to be very very exciting because that's a really totally different wheel. Uh, not it's not a wheel for people who want pretty wheels. Let's face it, right?
Yeah, no, that's a tank.
That's a macho tank, just
The
like no frills.
the Sherman.
Uh, yeah, right. If that's the real name, that's just
Yep,
great,
that's
like
a
a tank.
perfect name.
But the videos I've been seeing more recently of like real live videos of people pulling it out of a box, it looks solid. It looks cool, and
Yeah,
I'm just so excited about having a wheel that could potentially ride for 100 miles.
yep.
And I have some ride routes that I want to try with it, and I have one of my high speed friends is going to volunteer to test the high speed end of it.
Why aren't you, Marty? I don't understand.
No, I could if the rumors are that it can approach 50 miles an hour, I ain't gonna.
Come
No
on,
way.
Marty. All right.
Hey, if you want to fly out to California, I'll let you fly.
um, well, you already told me. Marty already told me he don't know if he's gonna let me ride his wheels because I'm too heavy.
Well, it's not my wheel, so I'll let you ride it. None of my wheels, though.
Yeah, see, that's so messed up, Marty. So messed up. Um, okay, so Real Talk is asking where did he get the shirt from? Now, Marty's shirt, as I said, is the Gladiators from Washington. My shirt is the Wheel Life shirt that I came up with. That if you guys want a shirt or stickers, you can look on my Facebook page, and actually in the description of any of my last few videos, I put a link. It's on Teespring, and I have it in this color. I have it in that green color, and black, and the logos on gray also. So, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna give away a sticker again. That's what I'm gonna do because I didn't do it last time because the guy never contacted me, so I didn't get a chance to send it to him. So we're gonna do that before the show's over. I'll have you pick a number, Marty, and we'll pick a person,
Okay.
and I'll send a sticker out their way. And if these
So
keep going, if these keep going well, at some point maybe I'll start sending out shirts. Who knows? But we'll see.
there's a comment, and I get this a lot, of course. I'm sure everyone gets these questions. If you can only keep one wheel, which one?
Yeah,
Which
I
is
was gonna.
just like, it's just like which is your favorite kid? It's just so hard. But if pressed, it would be the Nikola. I
Okay.
just for me, it's the best all around, smoothest riding wheel with power, with long range. Uh, it's very this is very subjective,
Okay.
and this is my view. But there's a lot of fans of the Nikola, and a lot of people have bought them, and I don't think I'm the only one out there saying that.
No,
So that
EVX. He touts the the abilities of that wheel as well. He talks about it all the time and says that he loves that wheel, and although he still has love for the 16X, he says he's very very happy that he went from the 16X over to the Nikola. And excuse me, that was another thought of mine, was to get the Nikola too, because I was obviously coming from the 16X and looking to upgrade, but the Nikola was a 16-inch wheel again, and I'm like I said, as big as I am, I'm like, I want a bigger wheel. So I was gonna go 18
Yeah,
inch, and if I'm going
totally
18
makes
inch,
sense.
yeah, and if I'm going 18
Yeah.
inch wheel, then it's got to be the M Super. And then I'm like, but the M Super is so low. So, so I started marking things off my list and I'm like, no. And it ultimately led me over to the Monster. And I'm like, all right, here we are.
No, the Monster, it's clear. I mean, the Monster is clearly a great wheel for big guys, tall guys, big
Yep.
guys. Actually, it, it's a it's a it is a specialized wheel. I mean, it's not
Yes.
the best general purpose wheel, of course,
No.
but man, the Monster is the best cruising wheel made on the planet. With that
Yeah.
huge tire,
Yes.
it's almost impossible to get wobbles on that. If you want you, it's almost impossible. It's impervious to wind. If any of you guys, I'm sure we've all ridden in high wind
Yeah.
conditions sometimes, and the smaller wheels, it's just not fun. But the Monster, it just plows through high wind like nothing. It's got huge range. If you can afford a Monster and add to your collection, that's just something you should aim for because
Yeah.
it's a nice wheel. You know?
But I can tell you already, and again, guys, I love doing this, and I appreciate everybody that comes in. I don't profess to be an expert. That's why I call in experts like Mike Marty here, the Godfather, and but I can tell you from my experience, and I've ridden several wheels now. It's getting to the point where I've almost gotten to every class at least. Not every MSX, but I've ridden the M Super and the MSX. So I've ridden a lot of wheels now, and I can say that the Monster, like you said, is a very specialized wheel. Like it fits certain criteria. However, I am still glad I have my 16X. And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
I'm not going to I'm not gonna say, well, every wheel's different. So when I was with Ustride in Boston the other day, he showed me that hill that he was trying to climb, that he did in his last video where he was doing hill climb tests on the MSP, the MSX, and even he did the Tesla too on that little hill. The Tesla was able to go up the hill, but he had trouble on the MSP. This one, however, I can tell you part of the reason is the tire, because I think part of the tire was a little had less tread than the other tires did, so that was part of it. But I say all this to say different wheels, different things. The 16X, I climbed right up that hill, but I couldn't force the MSP to, even though with all its torque, but because it's a different wheel, I'm not used to riding it. So I had just gotten it right then, and I was like, this is harder to get up this hill with this wheel than it is my 16X. And I
Well,
was
yeah.
surprised.
It's a no. It's a bigger tire.
Yeah.
The MCM5 is the most powerful wheel I think available. I mean, it's clearly the most more torque. It's got a huge motor. It's got a wide motor, big magnets, but it's a 14-inch wheel. There's no getting around it. The smaller the diameter wheel, the better the effective torque is. So the 16X is just, it's always going to be better
Yeah.
than the MSP. Like I took the MSP up on my challenging hills, and it was incredible. But I don't. But it's incredible because it could power up these really challenging hills, and it's an 18-inch wheel. It's a huge
Right.
wheel, but the 16X is still better because
Yeah.
it's a smaller wheel.
But also, you're doing it on paved roads, right?
Oh no, where I have a hill where I do all my tests. It's called Overheat Hill,
Oh.
and it's a range of of mountain trails and stuff, and so there's a lot of steep mountain trails. So it's horrible traction. It's bumpy.
Okay.
No, it's not a smooth. It's not a road at all. Yeah,
Okay.
so
Gotcha.
it's
Gotcha.
challenging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That makes. Oh, I missed this in the comments when I was trying to figure it out. It was Vans. That was the name of them damn shoes I couldn't think of.
Okay.
I couldn't get it in my head for nothing. Vans. Tony, thank you. This is a while ago. And this guy, well, wrong way. He says he loves riding barefoot. Oh, barefoot shoes, but they don't give him much protection. Yeah, those shoes that have the you can see your
Yeah.
toes, like running for
I think
running.
that I think that must be a European thing.
It is, I think, because I saw him riding in those, and I was like, "Whoa, I don't know about that."
Yeah, yeah. Well, it works, but I hope he doesn't get in a crash because
Oh
that's
yeah.
going to chew up the street.
Well, you know what's funny? I don't. They're over there, but I have my shoes that I was on that I rode with when I had the cutout on. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna grab them. Hang on. The shoes I had the cutout with on the 16X. And if you look at the shoes, you can. I got the light is a little bright there, but you can see those tread lines. That's from scraping on the pavement when I fell. It scraped right through the shoe. I can kind of put my finger through to the shoe. And these are some other trail running shoes that I loved. These were my favorites
Yeah.
till I scraped the toe
So,
through. And
so
I'm mad.
imagine that with those bare feet
Yeah.
shoes. But yeah.
You scrape your
Hey,
feet up on that.
I got it just wrong way. He's saying he's contradicting me. He's saying that, or he doesn't agree with me that the MCM5. He says it doesn't perform as good as the 16X and MSB. Now I want to ask him. I suspect he's trying this with a run and go at a hill, meaning you're riding and then you tackle a hill. Do that from a standstill on a steep, dirt, bumpy trail going uphill, and you tell me the MCM5 performs worse than the 16X or the MSB. I don't no, I don't buy it.
Oh,
But
wait. No, he says, Marty, I'm sorry, but MCM5 can climb up to 25 to 27 degrees. Oh, less than the Nikola. Got it. Is that what he's
yeah,
trying to say?
yeah.
16X.
So I guess we maybe have a disagreement. Look, this overheat hill, which some of the viewers know what I'm talking about. There's a guy I ride with, and I did a video on this. It was a popular video. Tim, he rode up. He took a Monster V3 up that hill, but man, he started at a high speed, just hit that hill going
Right.
really fast,
Right.
and he barely made it up to the top. So he had a lot of momentum, and but no way could if he climbed that hill if he started from a standstill and just started climbing. So that's my view.
Wrong Way says that he said from a standstill, Marty. He says, and he'll make a video for you. Okay, Wrong Way. We'll look forward to that. Matter of fact,
Okay.
hey, wrong Way. I gotta talk to you too. We need to get you in here too, so you can give your side of things as well. Let me see what else we got here.
All right.
This guy,
I
real
could be
tough.
wrong.
Well, look, testing again. Wrong Way. How much do you weigh? Because I think you're only like 165, 170 pounds. Tell me if I'm wrong. Marty, I know Marty.
That's my weight range when I'm geared up.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're probably pretty similar, but I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me what he's saying. But,
Okay, 75 kilograms. Somebody convert 75 kilograms for me. Wait, hold on.
Hey,
How heavy is 75 kilograms?
Tell him that he can't come on your channel if he's going to speak any of that metric stuff.
You heard that? Wrong Way. He said you can't do metrics on here. Okay, 165 pounds. So we were right. We were right.
Yeah.
He was right. He's right in that range. So some of these tests, I'm only saying it again, coming from a guy who weighs 230. When I see some of these tests that people are doing, and some of these, it'll do this and it'll do that. Sometimes it's hard for me to say, yes, I agree. When I'm like, yeah, it'll do that for you. It won't do that with more weight on it. And I know that they design these. I think they design these wheels for people who weigh about 170 pounds, 160 pounds. Because there's not a lot of people heavier than that are riding these, when they're making them. Because I don't think I've ever seen a video from anybody in China that has been bigger than that. Ever. Have you ever seen a big Chinese guy on it? Never.
No, I know a guy, a local rider, again, I've probably been riding with him than anyone else. Jeff is his name, and he's gone to China multiple times, and Jeff is a big guy. He's probably 230 plus, and
Yeah.
he's 6'2", 6'3". So
Bigger than me.
he's visited Gateway and Kingsong, and when he went to Kingsong, just to check it out, because I think he met them at one of the trade shows in Las
Right.
Vegas a few years ago. So he went out there, and they used him as a test dummy.
No
They said,
way.
"Hey, he's a big guy," so they had him take one of the newer wheels and go up this test hill they have in the back
Yep.
near the factory, and yeah, so that was funny.
I would love that. I would love. Look, I I'll be your test dummy. So somebody
Yeah,
send this video to Gotway. Send this video to King Song. Send this video to Emotion. I'll be your test dummy. So, because somebody sent that to me also about the Sherman there. And I was like, hey, I will test these wheels. Trust me. And when I say test them, I'm putting it on it. I actually have to look at the degree of the hill I was riding the Monster on the other day, and I was like, this is a good hill, but it was paved, and I was like, come on, pushing it, and I was realizing how much more effort it takes to get up that hill than it does on the 16X. It's, like you said, more torque, smaller wheel. It's just different. But on a straightaway, I much prefer being on that Monster. That is for sure. Although
oh yeah,
I did experience a little bit of wobble, but I think that's, while you're riding, it's not completely impervious to wobbles, but
no,
it's
but it's
hugely better than any other wheel when it comes to
and
that.
and can you imagine this new Monster Pro?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I actually I haven't heard of the tire that they're using on it. I wonder, is it still 3 inch, or I wonder if it's a little more since it's such a larger
no,
diameter.
well, the tire that I saw looked like it was a 3 inch. But again, I'm just going by the first images that we got there. It looked like it was 3 inch. And I thought
But
that's what they were going
it's
to.
off it's all proportional. I mean, it's such a big wheel,
Yeah.
but looks like a 3 inch. Maybe, I don't know. That'll be
3 inches
interesting to see.
by 24. That's just crazy. I just think about it. The only other thing, Marty, is
Yeah,
lifting the Monster in and out of things is a lot more difficult because, I mean, weight wise, I mean, I'm a strong guy. I don't have a problem lifting it. But when it comes to the height of it, I'm like, this is a tall wheel. So when you go over things and
yeah,
in and out, I'm like, wow. So this is even bigger. I'm like,
yeah. I'm gonna get I will own this wheel because I just it's gonna do so much for me. But
yeah.
I'm I'm positive that I'm not going to take it on any trails. Like we do a lot of trail riding where we might be 15 miles out away
Right.
from civil, meaning if the wheel craps on and you could have a 15-mile walking trail to get out. Okay.
Wait, didn't somebody, was
With
that with you? Somebody did that and their
yeah,
wheel
yeah,
it,
yeah. We've had some bad experiences, but they, so I would not take this wheel because you got to be prepared for the unexpected. And if something like that were to happen, basically, I'm going to keep this wheel where I'm always a cell phone call away from getting an Uber if something happens.
Makes sense, Marty. Makes sense. I
Yeah.
I definitely want that wheel too, and I think I'm gonna start saving now. Because
Well,
I
remember, you'll be able to sell your Monster, and that will help.
true. I didn't even think of that. I guess I do have a problem. I don't like letting go of things, and when I know a guy who has 12 to 14 wheels, like I think, well,
Yeah,
I'm like, well, you know what? If he's got them, I don't want to get rid of all mine.
I hear that.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let's see. Yeah, EX Rev Rise is saying this. He says 62 pounds is annoying to lift, mixed with its size. Absolutely right,
Yeah.
man. Running around with this, especially because there's no handle on it. I'm like, at least if I wish it had the King Song handle in the middle where I could lift it up and wheel it.
Well, so again, and I think this is one of my first seat videos I did. Is I mounted the big bicycle seat on my Monster, and with that spring mount, And the Monster is such a big wheel in itself. With that seat, I actually do not need a trolley handle. I just
Hmm.
hold the seat. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to bend over, and I can wheel it around.
Hmm.
Uh, Something to think about if you put a
Well,
different kind of seat on it.
the only issue, well, no, actually, I think it's wide enough, is because it has the disconnect handle. You just have to make sure you mount the
Yeah,
brackets
right,
outside of that range. But
right.
I may do it because I still have those seats, and I have one seat
Yeah,
that the nice one that's black with the lime green. That's my color. So I use that black and lime green seat, and it's pretty dope. So I may go ahead and do that. I hadn't thought about that ever since because this came with a seat, so I already have one,
right,
and
right.
and I really like being able to put the seat on and take the seat off, put the seat on, take the seat off,
Yeah,
and
okay,
that's part of the issue because yeah, you can wheel it around, but when you have to go to lift that wheel, now you have to try and
right.
reach and grab underneath and through where the
Well,
seat.
I lift I I lift my Monster. I
Yeah.
lifted. I had a I had a trail ride with a bunch of guys, and we kind of got lost in the this. We had to cross a river that the trail the trail snaked around this river, so we had to walk through water about 30 plus times to get
Okay.
out of this place. And I had to lift up the Monster a whole bunch, and I had the seat on there, so I was trawling it, and when I had to pick it up, very easy. So nope, it doesn't get in the way.
Okay, then I'll have to.
But
Oh,
by the
Rama,
way, you can get a you do you know the UC guy, he's made some
trolley,
adapters that allow you to mount a trolley handle.
but that's on the back, and it's the same as the
Yeah,
MSX. When you wheel it and the wheel goes like it's like
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, no.
I know
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
that could
So
be a big disaster if that happens
yeah,
on the Monster.
Rama's in here, and it looks like Rama is the only one coming in from Facebook. I just realized all the comments have been coming in from YouTube, but we're streaming on both. We're actually streaming on two different channels on Facebook and one
Oh,
on YouTube.
okay, I
And
didn't know
and
that. Cool.
Rama's the first one in there. Rama, welcome to the chat. Um,
Hey, Rama, we rode together last weekend. We had the 50 plus mile ride up in the mountains.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a great ride. 50 plus miles is crazy. I wish I had the ability to do that with a group, but like I said, not yet. I'm hoping though. I'm really hoping that I'm able to get more people into it. Um, I honestly, you know what I do? Well, like I said to you before, I left. Actually, I put them upstairs, but I have cards, and you said you did the same thing, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and I was like, you know what? Hey, because every time I go, I get stopped, and there's always someone saying, hey, what is that thing? I want one. A couple of young guys yesterday were like, oh, I'm getting one. I'm getting one. Where do you get it? And I'm like, here's a card.
Uh-huh.
Go watch these videos. You can click the link on any of them or call me if you need. Send an email. There's tons of ways we can put you in contact with someone. So, um, and but some people contact, some people don't. Some people jump in the comments,
Right.
some people don't. You know how it is. You give out a bunch of them, and you may get one or two that actually meant it. Uh,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't give them out. I learned I don't give them out to. I only give out the card to someone that really expresses like how we felt like.
yeah,
Whoa, what is that? And that they really look like they might, follow up. Then I give them the card.
yeah. Well, that's the thing is, I try to get when they're super enthusiastic about it is when I give up the cards. But the thing is that it's hard to say because for most of us that really get into it a lot, it's usually guys who are not, we're a little older. And I say that because there's not a whole lot of 22-year-olds that are buying wheels. They don't have the means. So
Hey, that's the money.
right. So I
Right.
try to temper it when I'm giving them out. I'm like, I don't think you got to do nothing. You know what I mean? So, but then I don't want to be like completely a jerk about it. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. I just want to spread it because I got nobody
Yeah.
here. I only got like a handful of people here. So um,
You
it
know,
is what it
we're
is.
kind of this community, like it's obviously trends older, and, and part of it's money. And I've seen that firsthand. I've met some sticks in my mind that I I was on a ride, I think, by myself, and I met bumped in a I was stopping, taking a break, and there were a couple young women. They're early 20s, I'd say, and
Right.
they were doing their own thing. But we started talking a little bit. They thought, man, that's so cool. And so they asked how much do they go for, right? So when people ask me that, I give them a range. I say
Yes.
for a quality wheel, I say between 1,000 and 3,000.
That's what I said.
That covers the gamut, right? And but when they heard 1,000, it was like, oh, whoa!
Yeah.
It's like that totally took it out of
Yep.
their it. So it's just so obviously the older you are, the more disposable income you have, and you can afford our expensive toys. And
Yeah.
when you're 20 or 22, to spend $1,000 on what to them they don't know if you're gonna they're really, it's more like a toy.
Right.
It's
But that's why
it's a
I
jump.
tell people you can start like I started on a V8, and I did that because the V8 to me was it just reached enough where I could figure out whether I really liked it. And
Right.
I got it and I said I love this. Even though the V8 was harder to ride than other wheels, I believe, because the tire's thinner. So because the tire's so thin, because I rode initially, like I was telling you on the phone yesterday, I rode the 16X. I mean not the 16X, the MSX and the Z10. I rode those the day I saw them. I was able to get on them and ride. Not ride well, not far, but around the Z10 especially. I went around the parking lot a couple times. The MSX, I went a little bit and just jumped off. Went a little bit and jumped off. Initial, but I was able to go a little bit. Then I got my
Yeah,
V8. I got my V8, and I was like,
mind-blowing.
"What the hell? This like
Yeah.
the tire's thinner," and it was like, "Whoop, whoop." I was like, "Wait, I could do this last week." You know? So it was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough starting over again, and that's what I felt like. I felt like when I met these guys and I rode their wheels, I took a step forward. I said, I got this. And when I ordered that wheel and got it in, I felt like I took a step back. And I was like, I was disheartened, but I don't give up. I'm not one of those people I'm like a dog with a bone. So I was like, oh, I'm learning today. So,
So let's see. I want to get something here for a second.
okay. The M103.
M103. So this is a wheel that now I tell people, and I just really want to push this wheel. This is a 67-volt version of the M103. It's you can get it from eWheels. I'm not sponsored by them, but people who know me know I've been pushing M103 forever.
Right.
But this is a 67-volt version, $600. You get a wheel that, and I've tested this. You can easily go 16 miles on it. You can go up to 20 miles an hour with this. It's such an easy wheel to learn to ride on. I have first-hand accounts of that. This is a beautiful wheel to learn to ride on. But like you're saying, when you transition from this to more regular wheel, it's going to be a challenge. But if you learn on this, you have a lot of confidence. You realize how fun these are. And unlike something like a V8 where, you don't have your V8 anymore, you're going to you tend to want to get rid of it. And so you're going to lose money on it. If you buy an M103, you're not going to get rid of it. I mean, I tell people, everyone except Mickey, who hates the M103 for some reason, but I tell everyone, no matter how proficient you are at riding, you should really get an M103 for yourself because it's such a fun wheel. So if you spend $600, you can get into this game of riding UCs. Yes, you will get another wheel, but you wouldn't have thrown away the $600 because you're gonna keep the M103 and it's gonna be part of your wheel collection.
Yeah.
So that's my sales pitch for the M103.
And I'm probably gonna buy one. I for those of you who don't know, and I don't think I said it yet to anybody but Marty, but I have an M103 on its way to me. But that's because my friend Afiz over in the UK from erides.tv is sending me the M103 to ride. Thank you, Afiz, because it's tough for me to, like I said, get wheels to ride other than the ones that I own. And he was able to, he's sending it to me. So those of you that are in the UK, you're looking for a wheel, go to eRides, check out Afiz because he's a great guy and he will help you no matter what, and try and help you out. So I will be riding that M103 soon, Marty. Only reason I'm not riding it yet is because of all of the restrictions between shipping stuff. It's taken longer to get here.
Right.
Yeah, they even sent it back to him.
Let me know if you have any. Well, just like I told you before, keep in mind that it's going to feel really weird as hell. It could be 30 minutes to an hour riding it before it clicks, because at first you might get the impression that, well, what did I do by getting this wheel? This is so crazy. Just give it time and reach out to me if you have any questions about it.
I will. And this is what happens usually. Like, after talking to you, Marty, I already knew you were a great guy anyway. But now that we've had conversations, I'll be reaching out.
All right.
So I got a guy here, DJ1. He says he's in Lowell. He has a 16X. He's been trying to ride with me for a long time now. Okay, now you got to give me some ideas because you did reach out at one point and say you wanted to ride, but we got to, come up with a plan. You tell me when you can ride, because I'm looking for people to ride with. Again, I go to Hartford, Connecticut, which is like 25 minutes from here, and I ride. There's a couple people there, and then in Boston, I go up that way and try and meet people to ride. So I'm up for it. Unfortunately, I'm not like Marty. I can't go around the corner and find somebody that I know to ride, or New York where they all live nearby and can meet up at a spot and just go ride. I wish I had that.
But Erwin tells me he's going to be retired in 5 years, which 5 years goes by like that. He's going to have all the time in the world to be riding.
You know what is even better than that, Marty? When I retire in 5 years, I won't be here. I won't be here. I am going to move somewhere warmer, and I'm going to ride all year round.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine. Yeah, I really do feel for you guys in the East Coast.
Yeah.
Wherever people live with the crappy weather. I know in Southern California, I think this is EUC Nirvana out here. Because we can just ride all the time, and we have beautiful places to ride.
You're spoiled, Marty.
For you.
You're spoiled.
Yeah.
So I can't see where the question was in here. Somebody had asked, and they were asking, and I'm sorry, it was going so far, but somebody was asking about wheels. Like, if you had one wheel to buy, and I think I'll sum the question up for whoever it was. If you had one wheel to buy right now, what would it be? And I think you already answered it because you said the Nikola was the all-around wheel. So and I'm trying to find where his question was. The guy who asked about which wheel, he's saying the Nikola. I would have to agree, even though I haven't ridden it but once. I rode Sam's in Connecticut, but I only rode it once, and it was really smooth. I didn't really get to put it through any paces. I only rode it because I got the 16X, he got the Nikola, and we swapped wheels for in the parking lot and drove around. So I didn't really get to experience it. But if Marty, the godfather of wheels, is co-signing EVX's statement, because EVX was saying it was one of the best wheels, Marty's saying that's one of the best all-around wheels, then I would go with the Nikola, and I would stick to that. This guy, I think, is... Go ahead.
And Mickey hates me, so we're not colluding on the answer here.
Mickey doesn't hate you.
I know. We all have good fun for people that we don't actually hate each other.
Yeah, no, he's right. I got to clarify that. You got to realize that we're just clowning because, you guys, well, not everybody, but most of us has great sense of humors. And again, positive people getting together to have conversation. That's exactly what it's about. So we joke with each other a lot.
Right.
Let me see here. This guy, I don't know who he is. Harp Mud. He says, how fast does it go? How far does it go? How much does it cost? Okay, so I think he's new to electric unicycles, I'm going to guess.
Maybe, huh? Maybe.
So they vary, Harp. They vary, but they cost anywhere. We say good ones 1,000 to 3,000, and as far as speeds go, anywhere from 18 to 20 miles per hour up to 45, 50 miles per hour, depending on which model you're running and how heavy you are, and how much of a daredevil you are. So let's see. We're on. There we go. We're getting down to the end. Oh, he said that. Brian said that. That was another thing that Brian says. Oh, wrong way. What EUC would you buy? And I don't know if he answered it. He said 2250 watt hour. I think he's talking about the MSX probably. He says depends on what you need. And real talk, he laughed when you pulled up that M103. A lot of people do. They look at that little wheel. They're like, what is that?
Yeah, it's not a toy. It's not a toy.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Hey, I'm gonna put it through its paces. That's for sure. Let me see. There's so
Hey,
much.
I was gonna. Dan Kobar was asking about Anthony Edwards, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
know I haven't heard from him in a while, but the last time I heard from him, he said he was actually riding, but I don't
He
know
is.
how his
He is.
injuries, how he's doing.
He is.
You
For
happen to know?
for those of you who don't know, Anthony is here. He lives in Springfield here with me, and he crashed his EUC really really bad,
Oh,
and he needed
I didn't
reconstructive
know that.
surgery. Yeah, he lives right here. He needed reconstructive surgery. Teeth, knocked out teeth, jaw. He's got some pretty extensive injuries, and it's going to take him at least a year to really heal well, and that's because they're going to have to keep doing surgeries. He's had a couple already, and he's got to have more, but he is up and running, and he rides. He was riding. They had a protest, and I know I didn't get to watch his video, but I know he had his cell phone filming the part of the protest, and he was moving smooth. I said he's riding. You know how you look at a video and you're like that person's riding. So
Well, he's had an impact on me, and I like to say that I learned from other people's misfortunes,
Yep.
right? And it was because of his video and what happened to him that I told myself I'm never going to ride again without a full face helmet. And I went out and I have full face helmets, but I wanted to have a super lightweight one
Yes.
that I could wear when I go down to the grocery store, or,
Yep.
whenever I'm riding, I can put on this lightweight. And that's why I spent a few $100. I got the, the toys, right? So I got the
Yeah.
best lightweight one I could get. And you might see a pose video or a photo without a helmet, but I'm never riding without
what
a
do
face
what do you
helmet.
mean, Marty? Like this?
No, don't show. No, don't show.
Marty, that's Marty here with no helmet, but no, that was
Yeah.
he was just doing promo stuff there. I'm gonna give him,
Yeah.
and then wait, hold on. Let me see if I can
Yeah, and I normally don't lean into the ride like that.
can I.
Uh,
I'm trying to get it to move for me. It's there we go. Oh, go back there. So you see, he's got his gear. So he does right now. They can't see you, Marty. They can only see me. I don't know if you have it on your screen, but there's Marty there
Yeah.
with one of his
Yeah.
helmets and his Nicola. Then he's there again with the suit. That was a snazzy little thing you did there. I was impressed.
Yeah.
I'm really big into that kind of stuff. I used to do modeling at one point, and I love
Okay.
a well dressed presentation, and you did a good job
Thank
there.
you. Thank you.
I'm gonna stamp that
But-
with the ThaBlackCobra stamp of approval. That
All
one.
right.
There.
But I want to encourage people. Again, I learned from that. I don't think you're ever too old, or you ever have so much experience that you can't learn. And I will never be riding without a full face helmet. And that was because of Edwards, Anthony's unfortunate accident. And I hope
Okay.
I hope you, the Black Cobra, are also learned from that too.
Well, did you see my video? I don't know if you saw it, but I made a whole
Oh,
video
it's-
about it, about Anthony.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh no, of course,
And
yeah, I
yeah,
saw it.
and
No, I was just wanting, looking for your affirmation that yes, you
yes.
are also always
Look,
writing.
I 100% agree. I don't know if you can really see in that case, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 helmets because I
More than
100%.
me.
Look, I 100% agree that you have to have helmet. Well, two of them I ain't never gonna wear again. One's just a simple bicycle helmet, and one is
Yeah.
that eight. What is it? I forgot the not with the green symbol there. It's got the. A lot of people wear them skater helmet, and I'm like, it's all right, but I always feel like
Right.
I need more. So I want a full face, and that's why I normally wear. I have a the downhill BMX full face helmet, and then I have the
Hmm.
then I have the full steel bird. I love the steel bird, and I
Right.
I actually want a couple more because I like
Yeah.
having a choice when I go to ride. You know.
Hey, look, the beauty guys for safety gear. I don't know if any of you are into photography,
Mm-hmm.
you know that they always say, put your money in the lenses because the camera bodies go out of style and they break, whatever. But
Yep.
lenses are forever.
Yep.
They can move around. Well, same with your safety gear. You
Yep.
could put money in your safety gear. If you're spending a couple thousand plus on a wheel, spend $500 in
Yeah.
safety gear, and that gear is going to outlast your wheels. I have gear that's years old now and it still works. So
Yep.
invest in safety gear.
Yeah. Listen, people. If I always say it and I put an exclamation point on it, gear up, people. We have to gear up. Now, if you
Yeah.
didn't listen to my word, now the Godfather has spoken. You gotta gear up, people.
Uh,
Look, it's important that we gear up and we cover ourselves safety wise because honestly, there is no excuse for you falling and getting horribly messed up, and you have safety gear. There really is no excuse. And
no.
honestly, we don't want to be. I made that video about Anthony to tell his story, but I made it because I wanted to push the idea of safety gear. Because I've ridden
Right.
with many people who didn't have on safety gear, and some of them who said, "Oh yeah, I got it, but I don't like wearing it." I'm like, "What? Are you crazy?"
No. You got to wear it, and like anything, just like the wheel was uncomfortable initially,
Yep.
your body adjusts, and if you just get in the habit of wearing the gear, make it a habit, you'll come to like it. I just can't get over some people who are anti-gear or a lot of Europeans. It's like Americans, we're all geared up, most of us, right? But
Mm-hmm.
the Europeans, mostly not geared up.
Right.
Obviously not all of them, but I see so many videos of guys, and guys do, and even over here, I see guys doing this. I really encourage you not to do it, where you're riding with your hands in your pocket, or you're riding with your hands. You're riding. I see guys with their hands clasped behind them, like
Mm-hmm.
leisurely just riding. Guys, if something bad happens, uh, there are accidents. There's different kinds of accidents. There are accidents where you kind of see it coming a little bit
Yep.
and you can kind of run it off. Yeah, you have an opportunity to get your hands in front of you. I've personally experienced multiple accidents where, like that, I was on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
hitting the ground. I had zero opportunity to take my hands from up behind my back and put them out in front of
Mm-hmm.
me. So guys who are doing that and then without a helmet, you're going to be like Anthony. It's
And
going to be bad.
and that's another big reason why his example is so key, because he was doing Facebook Live with one, so he had his hand out here doing this, and I don't remember what he was doing with his other hand, but his hands were not in a position to help him at all, and when he fell, he landed on his face. So
Yeah,
when you
right,
go over and you land face first, no hands to absorb, no
yep,
face first. I think about all
right,
the force that it took, and all his teeth
yeah,
gone. All of this is
that's hard.
gone. Yeah, it's
So, so, so guys, don't ride even with the helmet, even with everything on. Don't ride with your hands in pockets or behind you. Always keep them kind of moving and in front, more or less.
Yeah, definitely. Um, so let me see. What do we got here? Naked without my helmet. Oh, for whatever reason, the comments are not updating now. Because I thought it was done, and there's several people. Yeah, somebody says they feel
Right.
naked without their helmet, and I'm like, yeah, definitely.
Yep. Right. My
Um,
comments are updated pretty good.
yeah, on the screen here for whatever reason they're not, so I can't pull them up here. Sorry. But I can tell you, I'm glad that, because honestly, I thought the comments went silent, and I'm like, really, no one's gonna talk about that? But yeah, yeah. See, amen. Mucklin's like, yeah,
Now
gear up.
we're getting a lot getting.
Wait, hold on, say that again. I lost you. Hold on. Can you hear me? You can hear me, Marty, right? I can't hear you all of a sudden. Hold on. Mic check. Say something. Yeah, no, I can't hear you, Marty. Hang on. How about now? Try something else, Marty.
Uh, yeah, testing 1 2 3.
Okay,
Testing
yeah.
1 2 3.
Yeah, for whatever
You got
reason, my headphones went dead for a second, but I got you back now. See if I can put you back in my ear. Okay. How about now, Marty? Can you hear me? No. Live, sometimes it's like, seems like every live stream now I get an issue or two, but all right, I'm just going to take you out completely. You there, Marty?
Yeah,
Okay. So,
I hear you.
yeah, so we got several comments here, and I'm glad that they're firing up because I couldn't see them on the screen here. The screen's not updating anymore, but I can see here a lot of people commenting about the safety gear, and I appreciate that, guys, because it's important that we gear up. It's very important. And I didn't see it myself. A lot of videos I would see people they didn't have it on, and I was like, very worried about it. And hey, I'm not anyone to tell you what to do, but we are sharing this community, and I know that what we do has an effect on each other. And when people see people riding around like assholes on the wheel and being, crazy and doing stuff that, I say that we are wheel ambassadors. And I say that because whatever you do, it may not affect everyone here, but people see it. They video it, they talk about it, and it spreads around. So I think we need to be on our best behavior simply because right now these things aren't regulated. In certain, in Europe they're having issues, but here we don't really have a problem, and we don't want it to be a problem. So I think we should be on our best behavior.
Right.
You know what?
And when you have gear on, I think you gain more respect from
Yes.
the police,
Yep.
from anyone of authority, because they see you, and they clearly, you look like you know what you're doing, and
Yep.
you're. It's just a positive. It can't be anything but positive when you see a guy geared up, looks like he's really paying. That when I started, just about 4 years ago, safety gear was almost non-existent. It
Right.
seemed to me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anyone was wearing a full face helmet. Of course, there might have been someone, but it was pretty rare.
Right.
Now, it's like full face helmets are becoming the norm, and people putting armor on and elbow guards and knee pads, and
Yeah.
things are really changed, and I can see it firsthand, and it's really positive. It's good.
Yeah. So I think now we got competition going. People are looking at, oh, he got that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get something too. And I like that
Yeah.
because it promotes the safety. You know what I mean? So I like the
Right.
little friendly competition.
Yep.
I know when I see stuff like some of your stuff, Marty, I'm like, oh, okay, I want that. You know, you know, and I'm bad. I'm bad. Like you said, my priorities are not in order. So when I see
yeah,
something,
it's
I'm like,
fun.
ooh.
Yeah, just like you're collecting helmets.
Yeah.
I like to buy some more helmets. I think it's just it's just like when I have a lot of wheels, right? So when I go for a ride, I get to pick which wheel I feel like riding, and it's
Yep.
kind of fun that way. And it's fun with I have a lot of safety gear, and I have different types. I kind of mix it up now, and it's kind of fun. You may have seen some pictures or videos where I'm wearing some motocross gear,
Yep.
colorful outfits, and I'm just doing that for fun. I don't know, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wear a cape.
Yeah. Listen, I was already going to talk about that. Here's a picture here of you with that cape on, and I was like, what in the world is Marty wearing?
but when I wear that in some group rides where we know we're going to be riding around a lot of people on the beach or stuff like that, and I get so many positive people laugh and they smile and they think it's cool. I get called either Batman or Darth Vader. One of the two.
There you go.
So I just do it for fun.
Yeah, and that's good. We gotta have fun. You gotta have fun. I know that one of the things I like to do when I'm riding, I end up putting one hand like this, like I'm running, and but I'm riding the wheel, and when we're going really fast, or I'm doing the Superman or whatever, and it's because I know that I'm getting the looks of other people, and it's fun. It feels freeing. Look, I'm an adrenaline junkie. I admit it. Like I said, I've jumped out of planes. I jumped off mountains, paragliding, parachuting, surfing. I've done a lot of things because I love having fun. And this is one of those things that I feel free when I'm riding. I feel like I'm flying. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. So that's just me. All of us.
I know what you're gonna when you're 90 years old in a wheelchair. I know what you're gonna be doing.
What's that, Marty?
You're gonna be popping wheelies. You're gonna be.
I'm gonna have that I'm gonna have that souped up wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're gonna say, "Oh, there goes that crazy Irwin guy down the hallway."
They're gonna say he's at it again. Let's see. So Sensei Vegan says he's in the market for a wheel. What do you guys think about the Gotway Tesla V2? What would you tell him?
The Tesla V2. Well, of course, I actually don't have a V2 yet.
Yeah, you have it on the way.
I'm pretty sure it's essentially rides the same as the V1.
Right.
And I think the Tesla, again, my favorite wheel of all time for the longest time was the ACM, which had the same motor and the same tire as the Tesla.
Right.
And although now I think the 3-inch tires are the new standard, I still think if you have the disposable income and you want to have the varied wheels, I think it's nice to have one of those small wheels in your kit because they're super nimble. When a 2.25-inch tire, they're just super nimble. And the Tesla it's a powerful wheel.
It is.
It's fast.
It is.
You can go 35. You can go 35 in a Tesla.
Yeah.
Maybe not at your weight, but at my weight.
Okay, Marty. Okay. Okay. So, somebody here is saying, let's see. Jack. What's up, Jack? My buddy Jack Volta's in the house. Jack says Marty is the superhero of EUCs. So Jack, just if you weren't here earlier, so Marty has been the Wheelmaster. I named him that first. Then he's got the Godfather of Wheels, which I think is gonna, I think that's gonna stick. And now you, now you call him the superhero of Wheels. So Marty's got a lot of titles going on now.
Yeah, I got to make some shirts.
Okay, Dan is asking. He said, Marty, I'm curious as to how the Scorpion helmet that you have fits. Does it run large? Does it run small? He'll probably have to order one online. He's not sure exactly what size.
Yeah, I think the Scorpion was first semi full face helmet I bought, and it's the coolest looking helmet. But I think it runs a little on the small side. I have the large, which is just the other day I actually removed some foam to make it so it was a little more comfortable. It's still kind of pressed on my ears.
Right.
But to tell you the truth, my let's see. Well, actually, which Scorpion? I wonder which Scorpion helmet he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about my convertible one, which is my favorite helmet now, and that one fits beautiful. The one that doesn't fit great was the Scorpion Covert helmet, which has a kind of a hard plastic chin, so it's not a true full face.
Right.
But my favorite helmet now that I ride with is the Scorpion XT950, I think, and that fits perfect. I fit a large, and it's super comfortable. It's got a really the visor. It's really wide, so my field of view is great. The peripheral vision, it's just great, and I love the convertible nature. So I can, when I stop, I can easily pop it up to take a drink or to talk to someone.
Oh, okay. I gotta see which one that is because, like when you say the light, the one you just bought. What's the newest one that you bought? You said it was really light.
That's a Bell Super Air R.
Okay, that's different.
It's just came out recently, and that's I think a really kind of more like a motor what's their term?
Motocross.
Yeah, but no, I think it's not that. It's for downhill,
BMX
racing, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, downhill mountain bikes or BMX or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and if you take out the chin bar, it looks like a bicycle helmet.
Right.
And again, that's mostly for city riding, for trail riding, that kind of stuff. But for all most of my higher speed riding and stuff, I wear my Scorpion XT950 helmet.
Is that
I think that's
is that your favorite one?
That's the favorite one I've ever ridden. I love it's a convertible.
Yep.
I think that's is it called convertible?
Yes,
or
I think so.
Or maybe modular. Where
modular.
Modular, and you lift up the chin bar.
Yeah. Super
quick. So again, when you're stopped and you want to eat something or drink something or want to talk to someone, it's nice to get the helmet out of your face. So when I talk to someone, I like to take off my sunglasses so they can see me.
And, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And guys in the comments, I apologize. The comments on here, for whatever reason, stopped updating, so I'm not able to pull your comments on screen like I was before. But we'll continue anyway. Here's a comment, Marty. Vincent asks, what does Marty do? What does he do for a living? How can he afford so many wheels?
I'm retired. I don't do anything for a living now. I retired last October.
So you're freshly retired.
Yeah. So what I did for a living, I worked in aerospace in the satellite industry.
Ooh.
For commercial and military, kind of very depending. So I did that for 38 years, and I retired from Boeing.
Oh, okay.
Boeing doesn't only make planes. I think they're the second largest defense manufacturer, and they're also the largest producer of satellites, both commercial and military. They made GPS, DirecTV. Those might be some that you've heard of. Stuff like that. That's how I earn my living for most of my life.
Well, now, hello, Troy Phoenix, popping in from the UK. What's up, buddy? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, EVX EX Rev Ride says it was called modular, the helmet.
Yeah.
Was an engineer and I think I saw Marty was an engineer in aeronautical aerospace, something like that. Wow, they broke it down before you even answered the question there, Marty. They know you.
Yeah.
MTB downhill are the best, for someone saying. Real Talk was saying the helmets. Having crashed this is from Troy in the UK. Having crashed myself and hurt my knee, no pads. Now firmly believe in gearing up in full. Yeah, you missed that conversation, Troy. You're just joining us now. We were saying gear up, people. And so, like I said, the Cobra signed off on it. The Godfather signed off on it. You gotta gear up, people. You gotta gear up. If you're riding,
what's funny?
Go ahead.
He mentions knee pads. So a local rider, he's been gearing up. A month ago, he went down to the grocery store.
There you go.
He put on his helmet.
Yep.
His wrist guards, elbow pads, but he didn't feel like putting his knee pads on.
Mm-hmm.
His Nikola cut on him. Now cut on him because he had basically taken it apart and put it back together. And one of the motor connectors, I believe he didn't fully seat it. It popped off.
Right.
So he said he was going about 10 miles an hour and it just died. He crashed. He mashed up his knee and he was out of the game for about a month. And that's only because he didn't put his knee pads on. And now he's saying, now when I see him, he's fully geared up and he's saying, I'm never going to be riding without at least my knee pads, helmet, and wrist guards.
Well, you know what's funny is, well, it ain't funny, but the video I posted about my cutout was the same thing. I had all my gear in the car, and we drove from here to Boston. And when I jumped out the car to get ready, they were like, "Are you ready yet? You ready?" Like everybody's ready to go, and I'm like, "Yep, hang on." I'm throwing all my stuff on, and I left my knee pads in the car. And my knee pads were really good. I have some long ones, they're really decently good, and I wear them religiously. I wear all my gear, but I was in such a rush because they were all getting ready. They were already ready, and I was like, okay, hang on. I didn't want to be the one holding everybody up, and that's exactly when it happened. And my battery life got below 30%. We were doing like 20-something miles an hour, and we're just cruising, and we go to pass somebody on the bridge, and the bridge has got those big gaps where it connects, and we hit that bump as I'm trying to go around somebody, and I was seated, and it cut out, and I went forward, and my knees, it tore through my jeans, tore through my skin. I still left skin on that bridge. And yeah, but what's crazy is everything else unhurt. I skidded here. My wrist guards were perfect. My chest even scraped. I had a chest plate on.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I wear then I was wearing the motocross with the knitting.
Yeah.
So I wore the full motocross. Right. So the chest plate, it scraped, and then the knitting down the bottom got shredded. So, yeah, it was bad, but nothing else hurt except my knees.
The knees.
That's the only thing that hit the ground. And if I had knee pads on, I would have slid and bounced up, and you would have barely even known I fell. But, of course, my Insta360-1X slid a couple feet over into the lane and got hit by an 18-wheeler. Yeah. So I've had some good luck. So when I say gear up, it is strictly because I have experienced riding without it, not purposely, but it didn't matter. You don't have it, you don't have it. So and that's why I tell people,
all you newbies, listen to us.
Gear.
Listen to people who've injured themselves, who've learned the hard way.
Yep. Listen, I tell people, when you order EUC, order your gear at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you're not gonna order gear, go to Walmart and buy at the very least, I would suggest you order good gear. But at the very least, I had somebody who wanted to ride, and he's I don't got any gear. I'm like, look, my first gear, I already had it because we had bought it for rollerblading and my kids at some point for bicycling, and it was just rollerblade gear, and it was wrist guards, elbow, and knee. And I was like, hey, I'm putting them on, and I put them on and rode, and they're like, I don't got any gear. I'm like, go grab something at Walmart, and sure enough, they rode out and they fell and needed some. I said, see,
Really?
I'm telling you, it's real. You got to have the gear because you're gonna fall. I don't care who you are, you know.
Yeah.
And some people say, and they talk about it. Oh, you know, if you fall right, and I don't care about. There's no falling right. You're gonna fall. You gotta, you know, try to go with it, but you're gonna fall. Let's see.
People are saying I'm echoing. It might be because you took off your headgear.
Oh, it might be. Okay, sorry, people. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I have my mic really close here, so now you're echoing. Let me see if I shift my mic over here, if we can get rid of the echo.
All right.
Might be a little bit better. Is that better, people? Go ahead, say a few things, Mark.
Yeah. Do I, am I echoing now? Echo.
No, Marty's not. He's not a clown at all. Also, I can turn your Skype down here. See if that turned the volume down a little bit. But yeah. So again, guys, I apologize for that because any echoing you heard from Marty is my fault because I had my headphones connected and they disconnected. And once they disconnected, then the volume starts coming through the screen, and when it comes from that, it hits right into the microphone. So technical issues with live streaming, but I hope you guys were able to really get a lot out of this. Oh wait, I got a new one for you, Professor. I think we're gonna stick with Godfather. I think.
Okay.
So, Ustride is in the house. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. He made it in. Let's see what else we got here.
Hey, could I promote something just a little bit?
Of course. Go ahead.
Just my I'm getting ready to start promoting this more, but it's my Southern California tour, and I did this last year in 2019. It was in conjunction with the LA Games. Now, the LA Games aren't going to happen this year, mostly because of the virus and everything that all the effects from that. But I am going to be doing the tour still, and so it's going to be the 2020 tour of Southern California. It's going to start October 17th. It's a Saturday. It's going to be 7 days of riding, and all my favorite places for riding in Southern California. Last year we did 330 miles, and so I would anticipate doing that, and I might add a couple additional bonus rides on this one. And we had upwards of 20 people on some of the rides, and I'm thinking this year there's a good chance that we should get between 20 and 40 people, or maybe more. I don't know, but. Okay. I think it's going to be a fantastic time, and a lot of locals. We get some. There was someone from the Netherlands last year, New Zealand, West Virginia. Like I said, I think B is going to come out this year from Washington, and it's just a fun time. There's so many great places to ride, and the camaraderie, and to meet new people and develop friendships. Just through that event, I've met so many new people that I stay in touch with to this day. So I hope just something for some of you guys who have time on your hands, feel like taking a week vacation and going out sunny Southern California. Weather in October is typically just beautiful here. Not too warm, not too cold. Never rains.
So you said that is the week of October 17th?
It starts on the 17th, and it'll run for 7 continuous days.
Okay.
Possibility of 2 bonus days. So,
okay. So you guys that have the opportunity to go out and see Marty October 17th for the week, even if you're passing through and you only have a day or two, or if you can't stay for the whole time, at least if you have the opportunity, that could be a good vacation spot for some of us who have the ability to do that. I got like several other things I have to do this year, so I don't think I can make it. But those of you who can make it,
man, you good. Okay, I want to end this call right now.
yeah, because you just say that and I get excited. I'm like, oh, I could go. That'd be great. But I mean, it's not really.
No,
yeah.
Believe me, I hear you.
Yeah.
It's tough for people long distance, but I want to throw it out there.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm glad that you did. Somebody, oh, they said Ustride is the professor. Somebody who said professor, they call Ustride that. So he said he's not a professor, but he likes the title. Oh, it's funny. Oh, very funny.
Yeah, because Ustride likes to do a lot of analysis.
He does.
So
he does.
That's a good. Yeah.
Yeah. He said he will aspire to be one day. All right, you got that, Jediah. You know, hey, you definitely you have the ability to do it. So you want to go get that doctorate? Listen, I was this close because I just wanted to hear them call me Dr. Green. I wanted to, but the doctorate was just a little out of my reach. So I stopped at master and I master's degree, and then the doctorate would have been, I would have had to travel for it. But if you can do it, Jediah, go for it. Anybody. I just to have that title.
Yeah. I'm glad that's all behind me now in my life.
Yeah. Oh, listen, it's behind me too, Marty. I'm like, yeah, I had enough.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple of things I'm still striving for in my current professions. But
right.
As far as the degree is concerned, I've settled. I'm good where I'm at.
Yeah. If you're retiring in 5 years, you're looking forward much more to the leisure life. Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that you're wearing that shirt, and you're probably gonna get another shirt coming your way soon.
I wear a size medium.
Okay, gotcha. As a matter of fact, I'm glad we just said that. So, in the comments, if you guys, I was giving these out before. Now you have to be in the U.S. because it seems to be too difficult to send things right now, and these are so small. I mean, to send it that far is like it was a little bit much. But I have these stickers, Wheel Life stickers. We'll start with stickers and then go to shirts later. But if you guys want the red, the gray, or the green sticker, I'll send it out to you. So if you want a sticker, just type sticker in the comments right now, and I'll have Marty pick a number, and we'll pick one of the people in there. So again, if you want one of the stickers to throw on something, I mean, some people throw them on their wheels, some people throw them on their bag, whatever. But Wheel Life, I'm trying to push just another idea for us to be together. I like when people see certain things and they go, "Oh, I know what that is," you know. And right on the sticker, you see I got the EUC guy leaning.
Yeah, no doubt what that is. Yeah.
Right, you see that and they're like, "Oh, that's one of those wheel things." So just type sticker in the comments. There you go. There's a couple people.
Any T-shirt related to EUC's got to have a wheel somewhere in the picture.
That's what I'm saying. You know. So let's see here. So Marty, we talked about how many wheels you got. We talked about how long you've been riding. Somebody in the comments said, if you had to build an EUC, what would the specs be?
God, I haven't thought about something like that. It'd based on one of the current wheels, probably. I don't know. I'm ultimately a range guy, so I just love the idea of a 3,000 plus watt hour wheel with the power. Again, this Monster Pro with the 44,000 or 4,500 watt motor. Yeah, that's kind of we know nothing what that's going to be like, but more power is better. I don't know. I don't think I can answer that question.
You just did. You just answered it. I mean,
well,
it may not be, your exact specs, but that gives an idea of what you would like. And I don't know. I guess I would say the more the better. Like
Yeah, and I would love to have a wheel that technically could go 70 miles an hour. I obviously I would never go faster than 30, but to have that headroom, that safety headroom, right? If a wheel could go 70, it sure as hell can go 25 and handle anything that comes its way, right? So, yeah, I want wheels that go fast. So I'm opposed. I don't like. Kingsong has a philosophy, and Motion does too, basically, that says we're just not going to make a wheel that goes faster than 30, basically. That's their philosophy. And that means if you're riding at 30 on a Kingsong, you're on the edge, and you don't have much. You don't have any safety zone above you.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Chris says, "Rest in peace, Marty." I guess if you're riding that fast.
Yeah. Right.
That's funny. All right, Marty, 1 through 7. Pick a number.
4.
4. Okay. Tilt back. You're the winner. Just so you guys know. Well, I got other stuff scribbled on there, but I just wrote. You can't even see it. There you go. I wrote down the names and gave a number to each name, and then he picked 4. So Tilt back in the comments is the winner. Tilt back. Tell me. Yep. Tilt back. Is it Tilt back Champer? Tilt back. Tell me what color you want and where you live. So you don't have to put it in there. Go to my Facebook and you can put it there. Send me a message on Messenger maybe. You can my Facebook is obviously the Black Cobra on Facebook, THA Black Cobra, or you can email me ThaBlackCobra@yahoo.com. But you are in the U.S., right? Tilt back. Let's confirm that real quick first. Tilt back. You're in the U.S., right?
Hey, Erwin.
Yes.
So I need to complain to your publicist because I was told this is going to be an hour. We've been on here for 2 hours. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Oh my! 2 hours, 14 minutes. Yep. Look.
2 hours. Wow. Time is just
flown
by.
Listen, you know what's funny is when I do these. Oh, he's in San Diego. Okay. All right. Got you, buddy. Send me a message where you can so I can send it to you and I'll ship it out to you. What color did you say you wanted? Yeah, Marty, I that happens every time we have, especially when we have this good flowing conversation. When I set these live streams, I planned on them being 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? 30 minutes? I barely say hi in 30 minutes. Not
one of them has been less than an hour and a half, I think. And they all go like that. You're like, oh my God, I end up, okay, green, no problem. I got it, buddy. And I have to start wrapping up. I'm like, that's the only reason why a few minutes ago I said that to you, because I was like, yeah, well, I guess, because I was looking at the time.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. It's good conversation. Good people, good conversation. And
I've enjoyed our banter. And,
yeah.
I hope someday we get to ride together.
We will. We will.
One never knows. This UC community it's a small community, and we're all friends, and we have such wide backgrounds. But when we get together, we just talk about EUCs, and it's just we have it's common interests, and it's bonding, and it's great.
It's funny because you never know what it is that's going to bring you together, and this EUC, I mean, who knew when they created this that it was going to bring us all together? And like you said, we're from various diverse backgrounds. I mean, the age range is pretty good. The type of person, there's no real, when I look at different EUC riders, there's no like type. You can't say, he's going to like it. You have no idea who's going to like it. But when they do,
right,
they love it.
Yeah. So, I think the only stereotype that we need to work on breaking is it's essentially all men. You really got to get the women in here.
And that's why we keep trying. That's why I had Kitty Rides on here last week, and I've been trying to, and I want to get V on here, and I've been trying to reach out and get more women involved in it. But it's just, I don't know whether it's just because men are we have less regard for safety. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're more adventurous. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm a realist. I mean, clearly men favor this,
oh yeah.
but I think there is an opportunity. I think there will be more women, and we just need to publicize women who are out there. It's always, it's always going to be male dominated, I think, but
Yeah.
there's going to be growth. There's more and more women, and we just like V. I love V's enthusiasm.
Yeah.
You definitely got to get her on there. And,
Oh, I will.
She cracks me up. She's funny.
That's the thing that kills me is that I pride myself on being a positive, energetic person, and I'm always this way, no matter when what I'm doing. And when I see other people that are like that, I'm like, oh, yeah, just like me. And my wife and kids are the same way. They're like, oh Lord, they're like this. Like if I connect with someone who's like me, they're like, oh boy, you too. And I said, well,
yeah, right.
That's the way. I mean, that's positive energy, positive vibe. I love it. And when you got energy and enthusiasm on top of it to push it and drive it even further, I think it makes for a great conversation, first of all, and fun times. I think that we have fun times. Yeah, whenever we're together.
Your wife should love the fact that you're into this because otherwise you'd be at the bar drinking, right? So.
Well, that's what's funny is a lot of people say that. They're like, when I get complaints, they're like, well, they realize that you could be out doing other things. You could be spending all your money on alcohol. You could be, I mean, thank God I've never been involved in any kind of, alcohol or drugs. I just never had it in me. But I have that personality. I have an addictive personality. So if I did get into those, it might be a problem.
I know what you really do when the lights are out.
Right. Yeah, I look at my EUCs and anticipate the next time I can ride. That's what I do. Like today I knew I was doing this live stream and I'm like, I'm excited to talk to Marty on camera for everybody so they can have fun and because I know these guys really enjoy it. But the idea is I can't ride while I'm in here. So for you, you're hours behind us so you can still ride.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna ride tonight. Today, a beautiful day. It's like mid-90s here, so it's gonna be a warm night, and I'm gonna go for a ride tonight.
Yeah, so. It's warm here too. It's like 80 something degrees, but it's already late. We still got light going on, but it'll be dark soon, and the Monster doesn't have great lights. That's the other thing. I got to get more lights put on that thing. The lights are terrible.
That V11 looks like it's gonna apparently from what Gucci is saying, it's got the best lights ever.
Oh yeah, that headlight is nuts. It's a car light.
I know.
I love it. That's another reason why I want it. I'm like, that's a light. Because if you remember,
I just wonder what's going to happen though if it gets dropped, the wheel.
Well, it looks strong. That wheel looks. That's why I'm saying it looked tanky. And like in motion makes a great wheel, so I think it's gonna hold up really well.
Yeah, how they do.
Excuse me, sorry. That's just me. But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up, people, because we will literally talk all night. Let's see if I can get one more make sense about the women. Blah blah blah. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
So
people don't know, but we had Erwin and I had a test talk
2 days ago.
I guess yesterday or the day before, and we were talking for 2 hours.
Yeah. But that again, this is what happens. When you get like-minded people that are positive, the conversation just flows. So, Marty, I can tell you so far, I am loving talking to all the different people that I've had on here. And I was excited the most to get the Godfather on here. So I'm happy that you took the time and you were able to come and share your wisdom and knowledge with us. Because this has been.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It was fun being here.
Yeah. I definitely look forward to having you back again at a later date. And
all right.
By then, maybe we'll have a couple of these other wheels out that we can talk about.
Yeah.
And what you said you're getting? Yeah. What'd you say you're getting first? The Sherman, right?
Well, yeah. Jason's gonna say he said he's sending the Sherman to me first.
Okay.
So I'm hoping within a week or two,
Okay.
That's going to be all I'm going to be doing with that for a week. week to two.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll definitely get to see some of that. We'll be able to talk about that, and then the EVX has the S18. It's good for me when people are closer here that I know that I can reach out to and talk about it. Because it's one thing to,
Right.
text back and forth or whatever, but I want to have a conversation. Tell me about this thing. So
Exactly.
I love it. So thanks again, Marty. I appreciate you, brother, and we will talk to you again soon. For those guys that are in the comments, make sure that you share this video with people that you think may be thinking about it, because a lot of the things that we said, like the M10.3 and all that, a lot of that information is not just for us. These are things that people who are
Safety gear.
Yeah. Oh, safety gear. That's key. Please, please, please push that to all your people. Anybody that rides with you. If you're riding with someone that got no gear on, that's when you need to be clowning them. That's when you need to be messing with them. Say, what are you doing? You don't like your skin?
Right. Make a pit stop at Walmart.
There you go. Pit stop at Walmart. Whatever you need to do. But gear, safety gear. I hope that one of the biggest thing you get out of this conversation that we're having is that, safety gear is paramount. It's not a luxury. It's not a maybe. It's paramount. Really, it should be like, to drive, you got to have keys to your car. To ride your wheel, you got to have safety gear. It's honestly that important to protect yourself, because we want to keep riding and we don't want to have bad things make us look bad. So be a wheel ambassador while you're out there as well. Any final words from you, Marty?
Nope. I think that's it. I had a fun time. Take care, guys. Stay safe. Enjoy your wheels. It's going to be a beautiful summer riding. And maybe I'll see you at the tour.
Yes, sir. So for you guys, till next time, stay safe. Peace.